Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Mate, I'm feeling pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, we are. You're live on the pod. We just thought
Here we go.
we'd give you a call and just ask for how you're feeling about Nasiah re-signing.
Yeah, I'm wrapped. I mean, I think we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? I thought that was always going to be the outcome. Yeah, that he wanted to stay, and obviously was being pushed in a couple of different directions. But mate, it's. I mean, for a Saints fan, this is the biggest news of the year. And yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, outside of this is going to sound very, very sad, but outside of winning finals games and winning flags, like this is about as big as it gets. When your superstar player resigns or decides to stick with you, that's about as good as it gets.
You've just won your grand final, basically.
Mate, we've just played our grand final. We just won the granny. So yeah, mate, I'm wrapped.
So, Nick, what does this mean for St Kilda? We obviously a lot of talk about what Naz was going to do, what he wasn't going to do, where he's going to go. But what does it actually mean from a St Kilda fan base perspective, and I guess the club going forward?
Look, I mean, it's renewed optimism, isn't it? And as a Saints fan base, I mean, that's essentially what we live off, isn't it? It's hope. It's hope and you know, wonder about the future. And you know, you take Naz out of that lineup, and all of a sudden you're thinking, where is this team going? But, you know, to keep him, who's clearly your most important, most talented player, at least over the last 2 years. I mean, there's question marks about a bunch of other guys still, but, you know, it's a massive step in the development of this squad and where this team's going, because if you lose your best player, then I think it's kind of open slather on all your other good players. And now I think there's, you know, for all those young kids that are looking to re-sign or decide on their future over the next, you know, 12, 18, 24 months, yeah, you can look to Naz and say, hey, if this bloke who is not from Melbourne, he's got family interstate, was clearly being pulled home pretty strongly, but if he believes, and yeah, there's obviously some big cash involved, but if he believes in the future of this footy club, then maybe this place is something to stick around for. And it's massive. It's massive. I actually don't think it can be overstated how important this is to St Kilda Footy Club at the moment.
Yeah. So for the 2 years though, so does that just sort of kicking the can down the road a little bit, or does that mean he's just waiting for an even bigger contract in 2 years?
Look, probably a bit of both. I mean, are you going to get bigger than $2 million a year? That's a question mark. We're not going to know that for a couple of years, and see how the salary cap and see how the CBA moves and all those sorts of things. But I mean, it's a vote of confidence from Naz in us and us in him, obviously, that we're willing to pay him that sort of money. But I think for us, it's a vote in confidence from him, from a very talented kid, you know, who's one of the best players in the competition over the last 2 or 3 months. That he has confidence in us to take the next step, and you know, that's what we have to repay him in. Is we've got to start repaying him in success, and that means, you know, playing finals, winning finals, and you know, improving that perception of us as a footy club, and improving the expectation of us. You know, we have to start playing better on the field. We've got to start having better results, and you know, if we don't show that in 2 years, then I think we can pretty confidently say goodbye to guys like Naz. But, you know, if we play finals next year and then all of a sudden we're competing for top 6, top 4 or whatever the year after that, then pretty compelling argument on field for him to stay and re-up again. Yep,
absolutely. So I reckon Unplugged this week is going to be some pretty good viewing, yeah?
We've spoken about Unplugged as a bit of a therapy session for Saints fans every week. This one might be a bit more of a celebration, I reckon. So, yeah, get around. It might be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. We'll let you get back to whatever it was you were doing. So, congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate. I'm feeling pretty good about it. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. All right. See ya. Bye. Well, that was Nick Splitter, everybody, from the Unplugged podcast.
I'm glad he picked up, because you could just hear, you could feel the joy in his voice, which is obviously, I think that's going to be permeating through all St Kilda's fans in their days.
Genuinely can't imagine the last time can't remember the last time I've heard him that happy. Like specifically talking about St Kilda. Yeah. Like they made a final last year and a couple of years ago, and he wasn't that happy about it. No. But yeah, well, I think that's